Well, here we are back in my kitchen. Let's do another live video and let's talk about getting you ready for Christmas. Welcome back to the Christmas package. Thank you for those that decided to join that. I'm so glad that you're here. And so whether you're catching this live or on a replay or whether you decide to watch them all in one day, that's totally up to you. But I just wanted to welcome you all back. And so now let's talk about some Christmas punch. First of all, I want to ask you, let me say this. Punch is something that we do at weddings and that we do at showers and that we do at places like that. And what a better time to have a punch than whenever it's our Savior's birthday, right? And so I think we all should have a Christmas punch. I think that is just something that we should do. Some people like the punches that are like with the ice cream in them, you know, and the kind more foamy and creamy and the sweeter punch, and some like more bubbly and sparkly. And so that's why that I'm giving you 2 punch recipes on this video. And so I think that we should all be just so excited to celebrate Jesus' birthday. And so we always have cake, and I think we should have punch. So let's talk about that for a few minutes. So another thing I want to talk to you about is they have beautiful plastic punch bowls and plastic ladles at the Dollar Tree. If you don't have a punch bowl, you can get one for $1. No one will know it's plastic but you. And there's plastic ladles there. And we took one to the mountain. We had to take it. The reason I know that is we had to take one to the mountains for my daughter's wedding because we couldn't haul all that glassware and everything. I wasn't about to take my crystal one. But if you want to buy the plastic one so you can toss it or so you can wash it and keep it for birthdays or whatever that you want to do with it, that's great. But they still look beautiful. They look like crystal, and it'll be beautiful on your table or your bar or your counter or whatever for Christmas. But if you do have a nice one, why not use it? Who are you saving it for? You know, what are you saving that pretty punch bowl for? What are you saving those pretty punch cups for? What are you saving those pretty glasses for? Why are we saving our fine china? You know, my family are who I love the most, and so why not use it for them? You know, so get it out and use it. Use those Christmas dishes. What are you saving them for? You know, why do you have them? That's why we have them. So I have a beautiful crystal punch bowl right here, and I have a beautiful crystal ladle, okay? And these mean so much to me because the bowl was my mother's and the ladle was my aunt's, and she let me have it. And then these cups, I believe, were my mother's, and these cups were my crystal. And so I have these that have a little stem, and I have these that are just the regular little punch cups. And then this belongs to my aunt, or she let me have it, and I'm just honored that I have it, and it's solid crystal and beautiful. And then this was my mother's. Matter of fact, I had bought it for her one year for Christmas, and so I love my crystal punch bowl. So let's talk about punch, okay? This is something that you can make ahead. You can get done a couple of days beforehand and have it in the refrigerator chilled, and then you can bring it out and have punch for your family. One neat thing that you can do is you can take any Jell-O mold, they even have them at the Dollar Tree, and you can freeze fruit in a Jell-O mold. And you can put the types of fruits and things that are going to be in your punch in that Jell-O mold, freeze it, and then whenever you put your punch in here, now not the one that you use with the ice cream because that one will have the frothy stuff in it, but the one that is the bubbly kind, you can have it floating. And if you're using a particular juice, you can actually use that juice instead of water, and your punch won't get watered down, okay? So if you have a round Jell-O mold, you can even get any pretty shaped bowl, and you can add the juice and some fruit to it and freeze it. Just run some warm water over the bottom of it and dump it into your punch bowl and add your stuff to it, and it's perfect. You're going to have the containers that your stuff comes out of, you know, like the cranberry juice container and things like that. Make your punch and put it back in those containers. You know, you're going to have those containers and sit them in the refrigerator. If you have an extra fridge outside or something, or put them down in the crisper drawer, whatever. And then when it's time to do the punch, the stuff that goes in it is together, but you can already have it mixed up if you want to. But these are so easy, you can mix them right in the bowl. That's no problem. But having the things cold does matter, because if you have to add a lot of ice to your punch, you water down the taste. So it's better to freeze some of that juice if you're going to have to use. If you don't have room to chill your stuff, whatever you're going to be putting in it, freeze it and drop it in there. And that way that becomes the ice and it doesn't water down your punch, because it's not good if it's watered down, okay? So the first one I'm going to talk to you about is old-fashioned punch. You know, the kind that everybody puts sherbet or ice cream in, that always got frothy and has a sweet taste to it. It's almost like a dessert in a cup. Okay, let's talk about one of those. Let's talk about that. This one is very, 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 very easy. Okay, so all it takes is, you know, the Hawaiian punch that you buy in a jug like this? Just Hawaiian punch, just a fruit punch. Okay, so go and get one of those, and you will need a half a gallon of that, and you will need a half a gallon of pineapple juice. So if you buy the round can of pineapple juice, you would use that and a half a gallon of the fruit punch. And then you will need a 2-liter Sprite, okay? And then you will need about approximately 10 scoops of vanilla ice cream, okay? And so you take and you put everything in the bowl except for the Sprite, okay? So that means we are going to pour in our half a gallon of our cranberry juice, I'm sorry, I didn't mean cranberry juice, pineapple juice, and a half a gallon of our fruit punch flavor, just the Hawaiian fruit punch. If you want to mix it up as fruit punch Kool-Aid, you can do that too. If you have Kool-Aid you want to mix up, that's fine too. Make that. But it's just you just need a half a gallon of fruit punch. I buy the Hawaiian kind, it's just easy. You can even get those in the gallons at Walmart that look like a milk jug, you know, as long as it's fruit punch. You need a half a gallon of that and a half a gallon of pineapple juice. And then you're going to take 10 scoops of vanilla ice cream, which is usually about one of those smaller containers, okay? And you're going to put that ice cream in there, and then you're going to take your cold 2-liter Sprite and pour over that ice cream, and that's already in your bowl. And as you pour that over that, it makes that bubbly, frothy, really good ice cream punch, as we call it, old-fashioned punch. And you'll do that just until your bowl is full, okay? And so if your punch bowl is not real big and you don't think it'll hold a whole gallon, you know, or a gallon and a half, you can, you know, like make this up ahead of time, or you can use, you know, instead of using the whole half gallon of the pineapple juice and half gallon of the fruit punch at one time, you know, do a fourth and a fourth, and then do your ice cream and your Sprite. You know, you can, but what I would do is make it up ahead of time, not the Sprite, but I would mix my Hawaiian punch and my pineapple juice, and I would put it in the refrigerator, and I would have it in a gallon jug, and it would already be mixed up, and I would pour that into my bowl. And then I would put my small container of the ice cream, about 10 scoops of vanilla ice cream, and then you have your cold 2-liter Sprite. You'll pour that over until you fill your punch bowl, and it will dissolve and make that bubbly froth of that ice cream. And so that just gives you a nice fruit punch, Christmas punch that you can use. That's the old-fashioned kind for the people who want the ice cream kind of punch, okay? It's really simple, really easy. The big secret to that is keeping everything cold beforehand, so that when you put it in there, you have cold stuff and you're not starting out with hot stuff. But now the ice cream is going to also, you know, cool it down. But if it's cool, it'll stay that frothy, and you'll have that little thick kind of whipped topping there made from the ice cream, okay? Also, anytime that you're making something like that, whatever flavors you're putting in there, you know, if you want to put some, since this has pineapple juice, if you want to put some diced pineapple in there, you know, the pineapple chunks, just, you know, drain that syrup off and dump those in there to let them float around. That just makes it pretty, you know, and so that's something you can add to that. All right, so that's the old-fashioned punch. And now this one is Paula's punch. Okay, and so this one has some different things, but again, right now is when you could use a Jello ring or a pretty bowl. And this one calls for white grape juice, cranberry juice, that kind of thing. So you could just go ahead and take your white grape juice, just buy some regular white grape juice, because this recipe calls for the bubbly kind. But you can just get some regular white grape juice and put it in a Jello ring that would look like a wreath, like a Christmas wreath almost, or put it in a pretty bowl that's shallow, and freeze some of it, and go ahead and add, because it has, this one has You can use orange slices and fresh cranberries and even a few pineapple chunks if you wanted to in that ring to make it pretty, okay? Or in that bowl that you freeze. Don't freeze it with water though, or you'll water down your punch, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to take your punch bowl, and you will need 1 bottle of cranberry juice, which is 2 quarts. So you'll need a cranberry juice like this, okay? Just regular cranberry juice. And then you will need 24 ounces of sparkling white grape juice, okay? You can use the regular grape juice, but it's not going to be bubbly, okay? So if you do use the regular grape juice, what I would recommend that you do is use half it and half Sprite so that you can give it a little bubble, because this is more of a bubbly punch, okay? But you need 24 ounces of white grape juice, but if you're going to buy the regular white grape juice, I would only do like maybe 18 ounces and then use a can of Sprite with it. But this is not hard to find this time of year, the bubbly white grape juice, okay? So you're going to use, again, 1 bottle of a 2-quart bottle of cranberry juice, 24-ounce bottle of sparkling white grape juice, 1 can of the pineapple chunks, and you need to use the juice and all. Dump the entire thing in there, okay? And again, I throw in a handful of fresh cranberries. It just makes it pretty, okay? But if you're going to freeze this, you can take your white grape juice and you can freeze a ring, and you can put a few cranberries in it and a few chunks of your pineapple in it and freeze that ring. And you can even mix a little bit of the cranberry juice in with the white grape juice and kind of give it a pink tint, whatever. Or if you just want it to be the white grape juice that looks more white or clear, and that be your ring of ice that goes in there. If not, make sure everything is in the refrigerator cool, because you don't want to add ice to your punch and water it down, okay? So again, the recipe for this, it's very easy, very simple. It's a bubbly, great Christmas punch. We do punch for our birthday parties, our weddings, our showers. Why not have punch for Jesus' birthday, okay? So we need 1 bottle of cranberry juice, 2 quarts. We need 1 24-ounce bottle of sparkling white grape juice, 1 can of pineapple chunks, and you pour in the juice and all. And if you want to add some thinly sliced oranges or a handful of cranberries for garnish, that's great. Or if you want to make the ring, that's great. But the main things to make the punch is only the cranberry juice, the sparkling white grape juice, and the pineapple juice and all out of the can, okay? So that makes a bubbly, very refreshing punch. So right there's your 2 different punches that you can make for Christmas, and they will be beautiful, and they will look red in your bowl, and they will be, the first one is the old-timey punch that's frothy and has the ice cream in it that some people love. It's kind of a dessert in a cup. And then the other one is more bubbly and refreshing and that kind of thing. And so why not make punch for Christmas? And if you have any left, you put it in jugs, put it in the fridge, and drink on it till New Year's. It won't hurt a thing, okay? Remember, if you have beautiful things like a beautiful punch bowl and beautiful cups and beautiful glasses, what a better time to use them than on Jesus' birthday. I can't think of a more important birthday to get out my fine china for, can you? And so, but if you don't have that, and we are on a budget this year, they have beautiful bowls that look like crystal punch bowls at Dollar Tree. They also have ladles that are they're plastic, and they have the plastic punch cups. So you could spend $3 and have the same look. And if you have little bitty kids running around, not worry about them breaking your crystal and that kind of thing. And so why not have punch for Christmas? Why not? Okay? So I've told you about 2 of them, and that's 2 cold drinks. We had a whole video on hot chocolate, okay? So we're covering lots of bases of different things to drink. One of my favorite things to drink at Christmas, I always called it Christmas tea or Christmas cinnamon tea, but but a lot of people call it Christmas wassail. I have tried several different ones. We have a little thing downtown Corinth in our town that has a day that everybody has wassail, and different people make different recipes. I tried a lot of different ones. I've experimented with this, and I like this from this one and this from this one, and I have my own. I've made up my own, and it is delicious, and it's my own recipe, and there's not another one that I have found that's just like mine, but it is delicious, and that's going to be on our next Christmas video, and I'm going live with that as soon as I can swap out some things, okay? So make Christmas punch for your family this year for Christmas. Make the special hot chocolate, put the extra sprinkles, add the whipped cream. You know, it's Jesus' birthday. You can have hot chocolate for breakfast. You can serve the punch with your dinner. And then I'm going to give you something warm that people can sip on at night, sitting around watching TV, and that'll be Christmas wassail. That'll be on our next video. Remember, you're the lady of the house. You're in charge of making memories with your family. What are your kids and grandkids going to remember? Are they going to remember that they had great hot chocolate at their grandmother's house or at home on Christmas morning? Are they going to, and it was in the crock pot and it stayed there all morning for everybody? Are they going to remember that you are, you know, that they had punch for Christmas? It only takes 3 ingredients, but they'll feel so special, you know, and they'll feel so important, you know, and it's Jesus' birthday. You know, if we celebrate wedding showers and baby showers and birthdays and we make all these punches and special drinks, why not on Jesus' birthday? Why not, you know? And for those who may not be coffee drinkers, this wassail is wonderful, and I'm going to be showing you that one on the next video. So therefore, I've given you 3 ways to make hot chocolate. In the last video, I gave you buy the powder mix, but spice it up a little. I showed you how to make your own powder mix, and you could even give as gifts. I showed you how to make it in a crock pot, okay? Now then, I've showed you 2 different punches that you can do. One that's bubbly, kind of refreshing, and the other one that's the frothy with the ice cream, okay? So now, we're gonna end this video. I'm gonna get my things ready, and then we're gonna talk about Christmas wassail. And then after that one, we're gonna talk about Christmas hot potpourri. Several different recipes to make your home smell great for Christmas. Please join me in my next 2 videos. They'll be coming up shortly. I just got to get some things ready, okay? Thanks for being in my kitchen today. Merry Christmas.